Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. Each time we appear on the screen, there's a vibration that is delivered, and it's from our essence, from our origin, from our being, and it's sent out everywhere, most times unconsciously, as we search for words or deliver words that we've been given to deliver. The vibration appears to run in the background, but it's really running in the foreground. And it's allowing you to feel something that you're not necessarily sure where it's coming from. And this is a part of how we connect, how we communicate. And if you listen to the sound between the words, that's where we actually live. There's a space for you to connect to me and me to connect to you. And the vibration of each of us is speaking to one another. It's quite a feeling, quite an amazing awareness. And it's bringing forward another way of communication with words and without words. And in the space between the words is the silence, is your home, is your origin, is the magic, is the love and the peace. And we all can feel it. We feel it all the time. What we're all experiencing now is so incredible. It's having your true desire from your heart, from the beginning, less beginning of your existence, come true. Something that you didn't even know how it would come true or when it would come true. And the next thing you know, it arrives. And you can't help but be exploding inside. And I think all of us are literally exploding from the inside out, searching for words to express our joy, searching for words to express our excitement. This feeling is in reality better than sex, although it incorporates my physical form. It's coming through at another level within my being. that is so powerful. And the physical body, the experience that we have in that way, although powerful, is mostly limited to the physical expression. Now, through my eyes, I can speak to you, and I can transmit to you that feeling that is beyond that limited experience. And so we run down the breezeway, we jump, we fly, because we can't find the words and we can't truly express the magnitude of what's happening inside of us. We've gone home. We've remembered who we are. We've remembered what we're doing here. And we're being reminded that we are the leaders. And that's a big pill to swallow. And it doesn't mean anyone's better, more or less. It's just that's why you came. And so as you impact one or billions, you are leading. And the only concern is, are we doubting that? Are we doubting that when we walk in a room, we change the world around everyone that's in that room? Are we doubting that our mere presence heals? And so stand tall and know that you are leading. Know that's who you are. And know that it's because you have seen yourself. And this process of growing personally, seeing things about yourself, transcending them, makes us feel like we're not leading. But believe me when I tell you, you are leading, and never doubt it again. You are seen, you are looked upon as someone who is enhancing the world. Everyone else believes it. Now you have to believe it and live it. Speaking about the silence, I wrote these words the other day. Little wind might blow the papers. It's getting harder and harder to find words to adequately describe this place that we are living in. The words come riding in on a feeling, but before you can gather them, you have crossed over another bridge that has led you to a new feeling. For it is mostly in the silence of our being that the feelings are so enjoyed, in the still, quiet moments where we see the infinite world that exists within our own form that we call a body. This place of stillness is where your true self resides. You are firmly seated in your origin, your home, where you have no worries and no needs. It is here that the word selflessness was born. For it is in this still, quiet place that you are able to think of me and nothing else. And in doing so, you are able to see, feel, and think of everyone and everything that might be in need of balance in their life. And so you become a beacon of light, never requiring light in, for you are continually transmitting light out. The lighthouse never says, shine on me. It is its most happiest shining its light out so that all travelers feel safe in rough waters. The words are also a bridge, but as they are delivered, what appears in your awareness and consciousness is a fork in the road. One path allows you to follow the words, and another path lets you go to where the words light up in you and where they lead you. And yet, a third option allows you to do both at the same time. Each time is different, for the mystery of our delivery and how it is received can never be fully known. That's the magic of a transmission of words and the communication between 1 and 1 billion people. The eyes, the eyes, the eyes. In the beginning and in the end, it is always the eyes. That child who lets you see the universe that exists within them through pools of light that we call eyes. They are naked in their purity and beauty, lovingly yet powerfully drawing you into the world of the unknown, where magic and miracles are king and queen. We see the love of the Creator in those eyes, the mischief, awe, and wonder as they are open to us. Ancient wisdom is felt coursing out of that tiny body, and this is all recognized through the eyes. Those eyes and the being that they represent are completely vulnerable, exposed to a world that does not see them in their magnificence. This does not matter to them, for they only know one way to be free, free, and those eyes are the windows to that freedom. The eyes, the eyes. As we grow up, we have had to put a protective film over them. We have had to cover our nakedness, beauty, and light. We've dropped the curtain down and withheld our vulnerability, our love, true smile, and mischief that is a representation of freedom. We have been hurt by that world that cannot see us, that does not acknowledge us. We have begun to care what people think of us, so that all we want to do is please others and make them think well of us. And so the film over our eyes thickens, and like a turtle, we pull in our head, which houses the eyes, inside our protective shell until we feel safe to come out. We have closed our eyes and we have lost our way. We have lost our remembrance and connection to that new one whose eyes were so bright that most cannot look into them without feeling and seeing everything that has ever been created. The eyes, the eyes. We now have returned to the place where we no longer are afraid, to the place where we no longer worry what people think of us. Jesus once healed the blind man, and it was said that it was as if scales fell from his eyes. This blindness is our human life, lived in fear, a bright light hidden and covered over by an illusionary standard of happiness, love, and perfection that makes us constantly compete for a few breadcrumbs of recognition from those close to us and the world at large. But they forgot to tell you that we're already perfect. We are already loved and already happy. And so, in this third chapter of this story, we are coming back to this knowing by moving forward as the magic of life and the incredible beings who orchestrate this movement forward with unending, relentless support continue to love us into freedom. And the scales have fallen off, and through your eyes, once again, the beauty has returned, and all your efforts to make yourself beautiful fall by the wayside as you see that they were never needed. We only needed to wash the windows so that we and others could see the heaven and beauty that exists within. And now the windows are permanently clean, and the final chapter of this book has been finished so that you may start your new story, the greatest story ever told. Chapter 1, freedom, freedom. The eyes, the eyes. It is there that we will show it all. No force in love. We are simply witnesses and participants of a different reality, desiring to share what we have been given and to share what we have been reminded of and to share what we now know. And that is that the world of magic and miracles and the industry of magic and miracles is alive. There can be no force in our sharing, no pressure to convince or change one's mind. It is a simple sharing without expectation. That's what love does. It gives you a choice without condemnation and allows you to forge your own path. If there is force in any way, it becomes control and an infringement on your sovereignty. This is the very thing that the so-called bad people that we criticize so strongly are guilty of doing. Yet we may be doing the same thing in the name of spirituality. So may I please have the honor and great pleasure to tell you without force who you are. You are beyond incredible and infinitely indescribable. Trillions of inputs and outputs all working to maintain balance and harmony. You are awesome, amazing, magnificently bright, knowing all things, one with all things, the source of all light. You are a bright, shining star. You have come from so far. Don't you know who you are? Don't you know? You are never ending and never beginning. Please know that things are never as bad as they seem, and things are always more amazing than you may ever know. So relax and feel the vibration of love and unending support that is always there for each one of us, and enjoy your life. You are passing through this life like a great comet, and there are no words to describe your brilliance. We have no agenda except to show you there is another way. When you are ready to consider that other way, clarity will appear to you in a flash of light that brings everything we have shared and more into your awareness. Simplicity will follow right behind, giving you the awareness and feeling of how simple it all is. And then that smile will make its way to your face, and your heart will be filled with a feeling of mischief and indescribable joy as you begin to see who you truly are and who you have always truly been. And as you go skipping down the next moment of your life, you will, like us, begin sharing and demonstrating the newness and freedom in your life without expectation for anyone to receive it. For it will be your gift to give, and it is in the giving without expectations that all receive. And in that moment, a glow will appear on your face, for you will have overcome something that was a part of the old you. And when that glow permanently appears on your face, you will have overcome the world and its hold on you. And as you celebrate this new you and new awareness of everything you've ever known, you will begin to have a small inkling of the amazing and indescribable mystery of this life. Cheers to you, my friend. I stand in the great hall and I await your arrival. I am David. The great hall. Many thousands of years ago, there was a great hall that was made for a special occasion. In this hall, there would come a day when a multitude of majestic beings would all come together to celebrate you. In attendance would be all the ascended masters, including Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna, all the known and unknown angels and archangels, and a host of enlightened light beings. At the podium, there would be two who came to oversee this magnificent event. Their names are not important, but you must know that they are always with you. This event was formal yet informal, even as everyone was dressed in gowns and black tie. There was also a choir of angels and an orchestra filled with the greatest musicians ever assembled. The hall had been converted into a great ballroom, and the floor sparkled with the brilliant reflection of never before seen crystals. As the two stood on the podium and talked, you could feel the beauty, the honor, and the love that filled this hall. The energy of the two filled the hall with a relaxed and informal feel as all the assembled beings spoke with each other and reconnected with those they had not been with in quite some time. The mood was one of celebration. Then, all of a sudden, the massive doors of the great hall opened, and there you stood, dressed in the most beautiful array of clothing. The light around you was immense, and as you began to walk in, everything stopped, and everyone turned and looked at you. All beings present that day turned to you and bowed with an honor and respect that you could have never imagined. You walked to the center of the room and stood before the two, who also bowed, and without words transmitted, "Welcome home." The choir of angels began to sing your name, and the assembled beings continued to transmit an honor and gratitude that could be felt by all. The orchestra began to play your song, the song that you brought with you from your origin. And then your partner appeared magnificently attired and held your hand. And the two said, "Please dance your dance. Please share your gifts with us and the world, for that is why you came." And you danced with your partner to your song, and you knew you were home. Yes, this happened to me. And as I write these words with tears rolling down my face, I am here to tell you that it also happened to you. We are living in a place without anything holding on, no direction, no responsibility, nothing except when the world calls you back. It's the greatest feeling ever, and we all know it. You can go left, right, up, or down, sideways, backwards. Nothing's pulling you. It's a vastness, an expandedness, and you're free. And that's how life is feeling. Simple ecstasy until the world pulls you back. Stay in the great hall. Stay in the silence. Stay in the quiet. Stay in your origin, even while you are pulled into the world. And I guarantee you will only have a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.